Just going to try and get a word here with Ciaran Donnell of Letterkenny AC. Tom, how's it going? Are you well? Good. Ciaran Donnell's here with his Letterkenny AC t-shirt on him. Proud moment for everybody involved in Letterkenny AC.
Very much, Charlie. Just chatting to the mayor there, Michael McDaid, and I suppose the one thing we were talking about was the facilities that we have now, and the fact that Mark has been sort of there, having the benefit, I suppose, of the tartan track and all the backup that the club had, and obviously he's moved on now. But you know, in terms of Mark's achievement, I don't really think there's actually sunk in yet, Charlie. It'll be a wee while before people realise the magnitude of what he has achieved.
Yeah. Are you surprised?
Not at all. I was just thinking this today because obviously we're doing a piece ourselves on our own newspaper group. It was never if, it was when, and I suppose a couple of years ago people were disappointed that Mark didn't get the opportunity to go to the Olympics. I mean, and that's 2 years on, and I suppose in 2 years he spent a long time getting right for a very short time, and that was his time on the track on Friday evening.
I was talking to Maria Hennessy there, and we were just making, she made a very interesting point about him mixing his career in athletics with his studies in medicine, that sort of thing. I asked her a question, I'll ask you the same question. Is it time for him to park the studies now and go full time in athletics, with the view to the World Championships and then of course the Olympics? Because by the time the Olympics after that come around, he'd probably be maybe past the sell-by date.
Mark English was always a step ahead when he was on the track, Charlie, and I'm sure off the track he'll know better himself.
What do you think?
I think Mark English has probably the capacity to do the two, Charlie. I mean, he's a very, very intelligent fella, on and off the field, a very mature fella, and you know the way he carried himself even today down at the track, Charlie, when we had the sub 4 minute mile. You know, it was a mark of the fella that he was able to, you know, articulate very well where he was going. You know, very definite and very sure, and you know he was so popular with the young ones there. You know, and the other thing about it is, you know, we're short in role models in terms of people who have really, really achieved. I mean, Danny McDaid has been carrying that mantle, Charlie, as we all know, for so long, and I'm sure he'd be relieved in a way that there's a younger version coming up. And when you look at the role of honour that he's mixing with, I mean, it's the best that there is, and you know. We're talking today as well, just recalling, I mean, I'm old enough to remember Eamon Coughlin going to 2 Olympics and not getting a medal, and Eamon Coughlin, to the people looking outside in, was nearly regarded as a failure, Charlie, because he didn't get a medal. So Mark English has put that to bed. In terms of 800 metre running, in terms of track running, in terms of athletics and Letterkenny and Donegal, it's just tremendous.
Big deal.
Great deal.
Great seeing you, Ciaran. Thanks a million. Thank you. Tom Crossan's with me here, and Tom, you've had your ups and downs in athletics as well, with Gary and with your daughter-in-law Maria McCambridge. I mean, I'm sure you're, like everybody else, hugely excited about this.
Yeah, it's very excited, and I was watching the final the other night there, and I was really impressed with the run that he made. It was marvellous, and I think he was just unfortunate not to get the silver medal.
Yes.
Because your man did come from a long way back and caught him kind of unexpectedly. But no, definitely I thought he was sure for a silver medal. He's shown
potential, but I suppose realising potential, having it and realising is two different things, Tom.
Well, that's the one. Like, and races like this will help to bring that out in him.
Yeah.
And that there, and then to see him on the relay yesterday and running a 45-second relay leg.
Yeah.
I think it was a fantastic achievement for him to do that as well for an 800 runner, you know.
You'll be happy to see such a big turnout in the town for him tonight.
It's great to see the turnout here tonight, you know, and it rightly deserves it, and the English are a good family and a good athletic family down the years, so yes, I wish them all the best and success for the future.
Good seeing you here, Tom. Thanks a million. We're going to try and get a word with the great Danny McDaid here. A man that knows all about these types of moments and great moments in athletics. I'm back again, Danny. I was talking to Ciaran Donnell there, and he referenced it because everybody will be that the last great athlete we had in this county, in this town, is Danny McDaid, and he suggests this might take the pressure off you a wee bit now, but if it does, I'm sure you won't mind.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Sure, Mark has been getting here for years, you know, since we knew Mark from he was 8 years of age, and he's only, you know, producing now what we all thought that he had the ability to do, you know, but doing it on the big stage is another thing, you know. I'm sure without doubt it's, you know, it's the biggest sporting medal that's come to Donegal, you know, ever. and without a doubt it's the biggest sporting medal that has come to Letterkenny, you know, and to deliver it for athletics is, you know, it's just great, and it, you know, I think it goes to prove that in Letterkenny Athletic Club here we have the ability to nurture young people like Mark. Like I say, we've been watching Mark since he was 8 years of age, through juveniles, through juniors and now senior, and to take his place with the elite of Europe on the podium, and with the bronze medal. It's just excellent, you know, for his family, and like, I would know the English family for a whole lot more than people in Letterkenny here.
Yeah.
I remember his grandfather Pat. I know him for over 60 years. Pat would have cut turf up on my hill, you know. So I would have.
Any permission?
He had, you know. So we've had an association with Englishes for, you know, for me for over 60 years, and the English family have been part of Letterkenny Athletic Club since its formation, and over 40 years ago, like Bernie English was a sprinter, and now Joe has carried on, and the whole family, all of Joe's family came through, you know, like Joanne and Michelle. They were both very good juvenile athletes as well, and of course Joe has been there for years, so it's, you know, it's great that Mark has delivered on the big stage.
Great, Danny. Lovely talking to you. Thanks a million. Appreciate it. Just going to arrive here now. Joe English is driving, and I think Mark's in this car. His dad Joe driving the vehicle just across the road there, and people here giving them a big warm welcome, as you would expect. Wonderful night, and here he is. There's the man himself, Mark English, back in Letterkenny, and great welcome for him here. Wonderful to see him, and going over to see Vincent McGlynn and Ciaran Donnell, Don Sheridan, Patsy Lynch. They're all there to see him. Mark, we just might get a word for you. I'm sure you're not surprised by this wonderful welcome after all that went on for the last week or so.
This is just such a proud moment for me to come back here and see the absolute showers of people that are out here. It's just phenomenal stuff. I'm seeing faces there again as I did for the Letterkenny International meet. Like, haven't seen it so long. So such a proud moment for me. Very humbling.
Yeah. We spoke to you at the Aura about a month or 6 weeks ago, and we were talking about the European Championships, and the final was the target. I suggested to you that a medal wouldn't go amiss either, Mark, and what a week it was, with you winning the heat, qualifying as the fastest loser, and then running perhaps the race of your life so far.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I didn't just want to stack too much pressure on myself early on, so I said I wanted to get a place in the final, but I knew in the back of my head that I could medal, as did everyone who went out into that final. So it's just about confidence and, you know, executing a solid race plan that I had thought about going into the championship. So for me, it just worked out perfectly, and, you know, there's other guys in the team that might not have medalled, but it'll work for them in the future, and this championship was just mine, and, you know, I'm just going to soak it up for as long as I can.
Absolutely. Talk us through the last couple of 100 metres of the final, because I ran the last 100 metres with you and I was exhausted at the end of it, Mark, but you stayed back 6th or 7th, and you know, at one stage I thought maybe you're too far back.
Yeah, I mean, there's often that thought going through people's heads, especially my parents. They were a bit worried themselves, but, you know, you just got to be confident in your own race plan. I thought if I ran conservative for the first lap and I ran it just slightly quicker than the second, then I'd come through like a train over the last 100 metres. It worked for me in the past when I ran 1:45 low, and I thought if I could do that and replicate it again, that I'd be in the shout for a medal. So it was just about keeping my head and keeping it cool, and I knew it would be good enough for a medal.
Yeah. And can you put into words what it felt like when you got over that finishing line and you knew that you'd be bringing home this bronze medal to Letterkenny?
Yeah, I said, like, straight after, it was just a complete seamless blur of events, because it really was. And I mean, the last 100 metres was just so clear, and then as soon as I shot over the line, I mean, everything's just a haze since that, you know, totally nebulous, and can't remember a lot of it right now. But, you know, to come back here and to see all the support is just fantastic.
I have to ask you these questions, as you know, Mark, but the next couple of years now, I was talking to a few people and we're talking about the fact that you're studying as well, and there's a big commitment there. You know, are you going to consider whether you should be running professionally for the next couple of years in the build up to Rio, or is that something that you'll put in the back burner for a while?
I know I'm obviously studying at the minute too, but part of me feels like I'm able to perform better because I am, and it's just a distraction that I feel I need every day, my day-to-day life, especially during the winter when the training sessions are monotonous and you don't have much else to do with your day. So for me, it's a positive. I'll see how this year goes. I'll stay studying, and then we'll see for next year. But I just also want to take this opportunity to thank all my local sponsors that I have here as well: Ford, Higgledy, Scards, Kenny, and Adidas, my global sponsor, and Vitibiotics and food sponsor, and also I believe there's a Donnell marathon coming up this Sunday here, the inaugural one. Yeah, so
you mightn't run that, will you?
That's a bit too long. Might wait a few years yet, but try and match my Ironman in a few years' time and break the 3-hour mark. But we'll leave it a while yet.
Okay. Well, as a Letterkenny man, Mark, and I think on behalf of everybody, many congratulations. You've done us proud. It must be wonderful for you coming back to the town to this sort of welcome.
Yeah, it's surreal. It's class. Thanks very much for having me.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Well done. Mark English there, and the chairman of Letterkenny Athletic Club, Brendan McDaid, just asking him to move up there, and wonderful. The great Danny McDaid with him there, and not surprisingly, everybody wants to see those two together. Danny McDaid, Olympian, twice Olympian, and of course Mark English, bronze medalist at the European Championships. How Maria? Fantastic to see the two of them together, bridging generations, and Sean Boyle getting the Donegal flag up behind them there. Great shots, absolutely brilliant shots.